let's discuss this new major update that is about to come out. Now, I personally am pretty excited about it. It touches on things that are already around, and in addition to that, and this is something that people probably haven't paid a lot of attention to, it drops down how difficult it is to get pretty much everything before this point. Now, I am exaggerating to an extent, but to give you an example, you can see right here, Royal Trade Fair got an overhaul. This is something else. You get 64 gargantuan eyes, glistening pearls, and cursed skulls, along with some chests, and then other things don't matter. But that's $10. $10, and you get all of that. In addition to that, this new DLC does require archaic tomes, but you've got a lot of things on your side. First off, this one, that $5 pack, gives you 50 archaic tomes, which is okay. But if I could find it right here, this is $5 for 300 archaic tomes, plus a fair share of research speed-ups, which is pretty dang good. That is not too bad. And I'm going to guess that this is going to be one that shows up more than once in the shop. It's not going to be a one-time only thing. But the original archaic tome thing gave you like 85 for $5. So they're already getting insanely cheap for what they are. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into stuff. I am on the Taiwan server, and I'm not good enough to have the familiars unlocked. However, I have some screenshots to fill in the gap for that. So, the new army tree is Familiar Battles, and it requires Castle level 24 to unlock. I mean Academy, my bad. Which is lower than Sigils and Wonder Battles, and but more difficult to get than the Familiars. Obviously, you've got these things. Familiar Battle Slot 1 unlocks first Familiar Battle Slot, so you're going to run into the situation where you have multiple Familiars that you can put into your battle slots. The way that these are going to work out is similar to the way that you have a hero in battle. You have ones that are set to join into the battle as well, although they are not directly fighting. They offer boosts that we will take a look at pretty soon. You've got the standard pack merging speed and gym training stuff. At this point, that is almost useless. The pack merging speed, most of the familiars, people that are really working on familiars have a lot of them maxed out. I have a fair deal maxed out myself, I think 5, and I'm getting really close on other ones as well. That's not something that I would personally go for, but it's there. You're going to have to do it if you want to get the next things up, which brings you up to familiarity, difficult. Range attack with familiar. So you have to have a familiar deployed in order to be able to do it. Obviously, that's not difficult. Right there, you'll have a familiar deployed guaranteed because, boom, you already have that slot unlocked. You automatically get it. So why wouldn't it be in the battle already? This is an extra 10% of each of the troop types that you get for the attack, which is not bad. And then you got the standard HP and the defense, which are there as well. As of right now, I'm seeing 2 useful things: the slots and then the troop attacks, which are always really nice. Aside from that, look at this. A second one. Another 10% across the board for each of the attacks. And then you've got Skillstone merging speed. That one is useful. That one will equal out to being an extra 10% added on. You always need to be able to build skill stones if you're using skills that require that. That's a resource that you're going to have to replenish, whether you like it or not. And then you've got familiar defense, offense, and tenacity. And I like the artwork on these. They're a little different than the standard thing. I don't know, more cartoony, but I enjoy it. So it's army attack with familiar, which essentially means that this is all 3 of these right here combined into one, and then those 2 are the case with these 2 as well, which is just okay. So if you completed this tree, essentially Your ranged will get a 30% attack boost. So will calves and infantry. Not too bad at all, as long as your familiar is deployed. And then by the end of it, you will have 5 familiar slots, the same amount that you would have with leaders. So overall, an okay tree. A lot of it is filler that I wouldn't personally care about, but it's stuff that you're going to have done. I've seen screenshots of what it takes to get the final familiar slot and all that stuff, and it's a lot. You can see right there, 5.1 million might increase. That's one of the biggest researches out there. 940 archaic tomes. A lot of people are saying, wow, that is a lot of archaic tomes. No, it's really not. Remember that $5 pack is 300 tomes right there. So you spend $15, wait a little bit, and again, unless you're already maxed on every single research, which even a lot of the biggest players out there are still working on a little bit of research because they don't really necessarily need it, you can just go ahead, exit out, go do a different research while you're waiting for the tomes to go back into shop, and then buy them again. And then boom, you can get back in there and be like, all right, now I've purchased enough and now I have the 900. Not too bad. 5.2 million anima. That is a lot. I know that I released a video a little while back about ways to get anima fairly quickly. This is hefty. So I'd like to personally say, when I said anima is honestly just in such a huge supply, like what the heck, I take that back. Now that is a good deal of anima. That is not necessarily super easy to get. Before I go and show the familiars, I want to go ahead and take a look at this new castle that's out there as well, the Lion Keep. The artwork's neat. I don't know. I like it more than this one. Actually, yeah, I like it more than that one. I like it more than that one, and definitely that one as well. But overall, the artwork, it's average. It's so it still doesn't beat my fave right there. The Forbidden Hall, so pretty, so I love it. But the Lion Keep, overall, not too bad looking. Offers a max coalition army size of 500 and a wonder travel speed of 0.1%. Now that is the base. You get 5 stars on it and everything like that. And I'm assuming that that is an extra 10 times the amount of what it was. Although I'm not so sure. It might be more. Honestly, at max castle level. Because what I would figure is that this thing maxed out would probably offer, I don't know, 50,000 coalition size. I can't personally check. I don't have the castle. So if you can find a YouTuber that did go ahead and purchase the castle, then hey, good on you. But moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at these bad boys right here. So you've got the engineer, and what it looks like is every familiar, if not most of the familiars, will now have army talents on top of their basic abilities that they already get as well. Now, this means that they're not releasing new familiars for this update. Rather, what they're going to be doing is taking the ones that already exist, the ones you've already worked on, and then adding stuff to them. Now, you're going to have to be able to awaken them in order to do that. In order to awaken them, I'm assuming that you're going to need an item that, costs whatever to be able to do its junk in order to awaken them. So, that'll probably cost some gems as well. I actually do believe that there's a screenshot somewhere in here of that, although I cannot guarantee that I'll be able to take a gander at something like that. Yeah, because it is just, everything right now is just a mess in this chat, because this is just here it is. I think this is it. No, it's not. That's the merging speeds, battle slots, and all that jazz. I give up. So we're just going to take a look at these. Obviously, you're going to have to spend some gems or something in order to be able to awaken these guys. That's Lord's Mobile for you. But you got this one right here. Let's just talk about the level 10 previews, because Those are the ones that are really going to matter at the end. When you awaken them, you're probably going to get the level 1 immediately, which is not too bad. Infantry attack by 1.5% at the start of battle. Now this is interesting, so we'll talk about that in a moment. But at the start of the battle, increase infantry attack by 15% when maxed. Not too bad at all. You've got at the start of battle, reduces enemy cavalry's max HP by 40%. That is an interesting one. This one reduces enemies' range max HP. And then infantry defense. Oh, okay. Army defense. Ooh, at the start of battle, increase cav attack by 15%. That's neat. And these are some weak little guys. They don't. Okay. All right then. At the start of battle, reduce enemies max HP 40%. Start of battle, reduce enemy armies max HP by 15%. Interesting. And this guy, level 10 preview. Increase range attack by 100% when 10% of your ranged troops have fallen. See, this is the interesting part. This effect can stack. Number of fallen troops required will be recalculated after each activation. So now, instead of a battle being like one fluid motion type thing, the pieces kind of fall where they go with a fair amount of ease. Every 10% that falls causes the battle to be completely reevaluated. You lose 10% of your ranged troops in the attack. Then suddenly, all the range that are remaining are getting an extra 10% boost. You lose another 10%, then you got 80% left, and now they're getting a 20% boost. So all the way up until if you've lost 90% of your ranged, then those freaking monsters, those absolute unit range 10% that are left, are running around with an extra 90% ranged attack boost, which is insane. That is crazy. No, I did the math wrong. Oh my gosh. Yeah, wow. Holy crap, never mind. So that's the level 1 that I just did the math for. The level 10, however, those 10% of range attacks at the very end, those monsters, those freaking, a bunch of Arnold Schwarzeneggers storming Area 51 alongside Keanu Reeves and Chuck Norris, those animals will be running around with 900% ranged attack. That's crazy. So that means that, say you've got 2,375,000, and that's the amount that you had in your rally. And now you have 235,000 troops left, all ranged. Those bad boys are well above 1,000 ranged attack because you've got your gear and everything equipped as well. And they're just, I don't know, they're shooting like nuclear warheads out of their arrow tips and everything. That's nuts. That's crazy. There's one for cav attack, and then there's one for infantry attack. So you've got all three right there, and that is insane. My gosh. So what this means is, if you want to compete in anything bigger than your local, your friendly neighborhood War of Wonders, you have to have these guys maxed out. Because this is going to make too big of a difference. Because you can have 5 familiars equipped in a battle. You can have all 3 of these. In addition to that, you can see, like you scout over a fort or something like that, and you're just like, that sucker's full of all calves. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and let's say where are you at? Here you are. All right, so I'm gonna equip this one too. So now they've got 40% less HP in addition to everything like that. And when you're holding forts, HP does actually matter a fair enough amount. So that's still compared to these monsters. My gosh. That's crazy. That is crazy stuff. And it's not going to be all that hard to get at least one or two of them. Because right out the gate, you can go ahead and go into your, your little academy and all that jazz. And you can come all the way up to the top here and instantly unlock one. This right here, 3,000 might increase to do that. So you go ahead and look up, let's see right here. What's this going to offer me? Okay, so that's a bad example. What's this going to offer me? Wow. Also a bad example. Oh, man. All right. Come on. You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards. So, this right here, 2 hours, 38 minutes, and it's 407 might increase. We're talking like a day. A day, two at most, in order to get this bad boy unlocked. Obviously, you're probably going to have those speed ups on hand, something like that. This one took 2 days, so let's compare it to this one. It's not less than a day. Less than a day, and you'll have one unlocked, so then you can start working on it almost immediately right out the gate. That's wild. That is... Oh my gosh. Wow. So, yeah, unless you're... I'm surprised this came out... This is going to come out just after, the Emperor battle has ended, because it just did end, and this is about to launch. So, I'm surprised they didn't drop this right before Battle Royale, because had they done that, that they would have made just a huge influx of cash just right then and there, because my gosh, interesting timing for this, that's for sure. I think I like it a little less because of these three monsters right here, which I can get easily because I've got this one maxed out. I've got all three of these maxed out, so I could, but who knows? Who knows? It's gonna be interesting stuff. I guess that we're just gonna have to see how it plays. I figure there's going to be some people that are really unprepared. Maybe they've got that max research and everything out so that they can have the most troops in a fort as they possibly could. But then you're going to have someone roll in that's maxed out all this stuff, and they throw these bad boys into it on top of everything else, and then suddenly they've capped the other guys with ease with the same amount of troops, even not countering them. Who knows? Who the heck knows? It's nuts. Like, this is some crazy stuff. And this, as far as I know, just works with any... Actually, this might just work in solo attacks even. So, I don't know. Like, solo traps and rally traps had better really watch their butts after this. Not only do they have to worry about 62 rallies just coming their way, now they got to think about this too. That's crazy. All right. I think that's about it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And till the next one, guys. Bye.